Welcome back to the homestead, guys. We are gonna do a little video back in the greenhouse. Last video I did, we showed you the way that we're trellising our tomatoes. So today we're gonna be taking care of the tomatoes and peppers again. It is getting extremely hot in this greenhouse. So we've had probably 2 weeks of plus 90-degree weather. And when it's 90 degrees outside of this greenhouse, it is probably about, I don't know, 105, sometimes 110 inside the greenhouse. And that, our tomatoes don't like that too much. Tomatoes, peppers love heat, especially peppers. But the tomatoes, if it gets too hot, they don't do too well. So let me show you what we got going on here. Here's, they're obviously very tall and they look okay. Their color is good. They're nice and green like we want. They're getting enough nitrogen and they look good. But some of the plants are getting some curling leaves, and yes, you can get leaf curl as a virus, but I believe what's going on here is it's just getting too hot and the plants are getting stressed out, and so we have this prime example of a stressed out plant, which is curling of the leaves. We're watering these guys really well. We have mulch on top of the topsoil, so we know we have good water retention. The soil feels good. So what I suspect is happening is that sun, I mean, this greenhouse gets full sun all day. The sun comes up over the horizon. We get morning sun here, but then that mid to late afternoon sun just fries these plants. And so we've been holding on to them. We've been catering to them extremely well. So I'm going to show you a product we're going to use to hang over top of these trusses to provide some shade in the mid to late afternoon sun. So this is it, from a company called Ag Fabric. It's a 70% sunblock shade, and this is a 10 by 20 tarp. And I looked just through the packaging here. Haven't opened it yet, but it's got grommet holes. It's kind of built like a normal tarp you would pick up at the store. You can see right here, it's got grommet holes that are reinforced with metal, and then it also comes with the stretchy grommets that you can use to secure the tarp down. So it's a complete package. You don't need to get anything else. All of it is contained inside this package when it ships. I think this is about $33 on their website. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can also get a discount on this product if you use the affiliate link in the description below. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. We're going to take this sunblock fabric and we're going to hang it on the trusses up here. Now, like I said, sun rises over here and sets over here. So we're going to hang it kind of tilted this way a little bit because we do want a bunch of sun on these tomatoes and peppers. Tomatoes and peppers love sun, but we don't want too much. Like I said, they're just getting fried in here because of the way the greenhouse works and just intensifies that sunlight. Let's get started. I'm gonna grab a ladder and we're gonna go ahead and hang this thing up top, and hopefully we'll be able to relieve our tomato plants of some of that stress they're experiencing from the high heat. All right, let's open this up, see what we got inside. Again, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below to this product, as well as the discount that you can get by ordering through the affiliate link. So, all right, got our bag of grommets here, and they're just like ball grommets. You loop back on itself to tie the thing down. Looks like they're all tied together. 12 grommets with this particular cloth. So put those to the side. And all right, let's go ahead and figure out how we're gonna actually first. So it looks pretty nice. Like I said, this is a 70% block, and then they reinforce the edges with some kind of thicker material here, and then your grommet holes are reinforced with metal. So it looks like a pretty sturdy product here. So what we'll do is I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna rig this up on the trusses. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay this longwise. This is a 10 by 20. So I'll do the 20 going this way because this is a 12-foot bed. That'll give me more shade. Ensuring the shade is on the part I needed to. And I'm going to attach to these trusses. I don't know if I'm going to need to add anything or drill anything in, but the hope is that I won't. I'll come down here and do the same thing on this side. Hi, buddy. Yeah. So it's interesting, I can already tell, even though the shade cloth is on this side, I guess the way the greenhouse works, I'm already getting a shade, you know, from the shade cloth. One thing I'm trying to do is, like, typically you would set this shade cloth right above the plants, but I still want these tomatoes and peppers to get a decent amount of sun. So that's why I'm doing them on the back side, and then I'm doing them underneath or at the top of this truss and then going underneath these trusses, because you can't span the trusses because of the W that's in the middle of the truss. Now typically you would take the shade cloth and you'd lay it over the top of the plastic on the outside of the greenhouse. That way you're ensuring coverage and all that. I'm not doing that with this because, one, I want to show you guys at home how you can take this tarp, shade cloth, and you can drape it over anything. So this is just me getting a quick and easy solution up so that I can protect these tomatoes. So let's go ahead and I'm using some twine now. We're going to take the twine and we're going to go ahead and secure the rest of the grommets to the trusses. And I'll check back in later on in the day with how the shade is falling as the mid-afternoon to late afternoon sun hits on these plants. All right, so that's it. Kind of webbed it around each edge of the truss and on the back side of that one truss. You know, one thing that I highly recommend that I don't think I've mentioned before, I talk about this baler's twine. This is baler's twine, and I got this about 3 years ago and I haven't ran out yet. But this is one of the most frequent items that I use in just everyday gardening. So whether it's trellising up a plant, whether it's tying something down, whether it's laying a line for something, I mean, this is just the greatest utility you could have in your arsenal as a gardener and homesteader. I mean, doing all sorts of stuff, stringing up water buckets for chickens, laying down canvas for covering for chickens or whatever it is. I mean, there's just so many uses to baler's twine. So I can't recommend this enough. Go out and get yourself a big roll of baler's twine. It typically comes in huge rolls because it's meant for baling hay. Go get some of this. You will not regret it. Okay, so that's gonna be the where the shade cloth is gonna land. Obviously this will be a little bit trial and error. I'm gonna use it like this for now, see how it does. If I need to adjust it at all, I'll adjust it. So we'll see how that does. I'll actually check back in a later video and let y'all know how this method is working. But again, if you're interested in the tarp, again, the company's Ag Fabric. I'll leave a link in the description below. You guys can go and check them out. Use the affiliate link and you'll get a discount. So I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's sunlight here, and then I thought it was just a bed casting shadow, but I can clearly see a shadow from here over. And I'll tell you what, I am sweating and hot in this area, and when I step underneath the fabric, you can tell a clear difference in temperature. So obviously, you know the difference between standing out in the hot sun and then going underneath a tree. Same concept here. Ag fabric has a bunch of different percentage blocks that you can get, and I will say, after hanging this thing up and stretching it very hard because I wanted it to kind of lay flush up against the trusses, it's built really well. I mean, we'll see how it does over time, but everything felt very sturdy and well bit, no threads that were coming apart or anything like that. So I'm impressed with the build quality of this thing. And you know, if this works out, I'll probably get a couple different ones of these that are a little bit smaller, because let me show you my raised beds out here. We have these raised beds over here on this side of the property, and the nice thing is they get shade by this big hackberry tree over here. But it would be nice that if we're growing some, you know, cold weather crops, I could take these T-posts over here. You know, we're using these as a structure for this trellis. But what you could do is you could put 3 T-posts in the back, or whatever, however many, and you could angle this from the base of the bed on this side to go up over this way, or you could do T-posts on either side of the bed and just make the shade cloth go right over top. So that would be the reason for me wanting a little bit smaller version of the same shade cloth, and maybe a little bit less percentage block too, maybe like a 50% block or something like that, so that we can ensure that our cold weather crops, when it starts to get hot, which it does in the Midwest, it transfers from, you know, seasons change just like that, and next thing you know, it'll be, you know, it was 50 to 60 degrees consistently, and now all of a sudden it's 95 degrees every single day, which I'm sure happens in a lot of parts of the United States. Super impressed with the build quality, so go check them out, and if you're interested, purchase some of their stuff. All right, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Stay connected with our journey at Goshen, and if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Goshen Farm and Gardens. We post there nearly every day, and actually we're going to be doing a giveaway on Instagram, so go check us out over there. I'm excited to show you what we're going to be giving away to our viewers. So thanks for watching guys. We'll see y'all in the next video.